out of our institutions every year. To make the situation worse, there is a mismatch between skills and industry needs. Sadly, there is an unfair recruitment process. And the question I'm asking myself, you know, some of those graduates, they're actually educating themselves, doing manual jobs, casual jobs. Some of those students, their parents have got to spend time on and off police cells because of brewing changa to take them to school. Others, like in my village, you do pottery. That is how I went to school. And I'm imagining if I did not get a job, what would have happened? So as a nominee, if you are approved, I want to hear about a structured approach to absorbing these graduates into the job market. Because if one graduate, we have graduates who graduated 10 years ago or more. And the reason why we saw them in the streets is because of unemployment. Some of them said, I'm even dead. I'm already dead. Because how do you employ somebody who graduated last year? And then there is another person who graduated 15 years ago, is now 46 years old, 40 years old, with a first-class honors, and is in the village. And his sibling is telling him, why are you even talking about education? I graduated 15 years ago, and I'm jobless. I mean, my brother graduated 15 years ago, and is jobless. And you are here telling us about education. So we really need, my friend, you need. This, I think, requires a multi-sectoral approach. Sit with their counterpart in public service. Sit with their counterpart in education. Probably borrow a leaf from TSC, where they say, first come, first serve. Why should this other guy, the parent has struggled as a degree, retire before getting a job? And somebody who graduated last year, because of the networks, the connections, gets a job before the other. And that takes me to the question of corruption. You must tell us how you're going to deal with the aspect of corruption so that there is equity in distribution of jobs, so that there is fairness in the manner we actually procure, and so that there is no nepotism. That now, because it is Mutua in this Ministry of Labor, it is only people from your region who will have to go to take these jobs in the US or in Germany. I think that is my concern. Once we address that as a country, then I can assure you we will not have young people in the streets. Thank you.
Caleb.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I have 3 questions, but I'll ask one. If I get an opportunity later, I'll ask the other 2.
I'll allow you to.
Okay. Now, Mr. Speaker, I think I have vetted the nominee before, and of course, as a member of the Committee of Defense and Foreign Relations, we have interacted a lot. And I'm not going to vet you based on what you're going to do. I'm now going to look at your history. You've said that you've worked in government for 20 years. And I want to give you some of the excerpts from what you've said in public while serving in those offices. When you were the spokesperson of Kibaki regime, their press conference and pronouncement you made on Oscar Foundation, 2 hours later the officials were killed, assassinated. It gave the regime a bad name. Whether it was true or not, the pronouncement gave the regime a bad name. In the same regime, you also pronounced yourself to the visiting senator, Senator Obama, as a very small man that we should not bother about.